Let it rock. Conductor. Yeah, yeah. What you want me to do, bitch? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
They fucked around, woke up the star seed from Marcy. Not the projects, but them Brooklyn streets with my heartbeat. 51 Hart Street, 193 Vernon Avenue. Niggas with attitudes. Man, I'm bigger than my city. That's something I had to do. Do or die, home of the gully where we let fly. 2025 on my bully. I know that men lie. Women lie, but Joey don't. Might delete later. I know damn sure that Joey won't. Fuck it, I want all the smoke. Put my credit.
Might delete later. I know damn well Joey won't. What up, y'all? What's happening? What's happening, good people? Look at here. Y'all know this is my writing session. I'm writing a full book, Bajillion, online right now. This is going to be the first segment of. This is 89, I think. This is 89, I believe. 89. Joey Badass, man. I don't care what nobody says about Joey Badass. I don't care who comes at Joey Badass. If you're from the 90s and you are either a hip hop head or somewhat of a hip hop head or somebody who knows a lot about hip hop, you know that this is organic and this is authentic and this is, you can feel it as soon as it comes on. As soon as the song comes on, it's like, oh, okay, Mobb Deep, Nas, Wu-Tang, all of that in one. Biggie, all of that is in this video. Let me turn it up a little bit.
The audacity of this nigga, he must be out his mind. Haunted by the ghost of Biggie and Pac, I'm them combined. Spent many years, mind and minds out of sight and out of mind. Now I'm front in line. All the signs saying it's my time, swear it's all divine. Properly aligned, this little light of mine. Promise I'ma let it shine till it leave you niggas blind. Yeah.
And you know, he said that, won't delete it. Damn well Joey won't. Delete later. Damn well Joey won't. He said that. And of course, he's talking about J. Cole. J. Cole is a Carolina guy. I'm from South Carolina. Carolina, for some reason, the North and South Carolina, more so South Carolina, is not really relevant when it comes to hip hop at all. That's what people think. If you ever heard of a guy by the name of James Brown, who was born in Barnwell, South Carolina, then you realize, oh, wait a minute, South Carolina may have a lot to do with hip hop. But anyways, I digress. J. Cole, he's looking kind of crazy right now. Yeah, and I love J. Cole, but he's looking kind of crazy. He's looking like that kid in school who went from the 9th grade all the way to the 12th grade, about to graduate, and a couple months before graduation day, he's been cool. Got the girls, he can play basketball, he can rap, he can do a lot of things, but then somebody pokes him, like literally in the lunchroom, poking back his dreads, like, what up? What's up, dude? Hey, one of those things. And Jay was like, hey man, I'm cool. I'm saying? I'm not, I'm nonviolent. I don't, even though I talk about doing things like that, karate and stuff, I'm not really violent. That's J. Cole right there. Excuse me.
Respect that, ho. Yeah, check that, though. Yeah. What you want me to do, bitch? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I said I'm sorry, not sorry. Bitch, I'm sorry, not. Yeah.
And then the transition.
Yeah. Hold on, man. Conductor. We got our foot on you niggas' necks, nigga. Look. In the pockets, one steep, never slow bleed. Nigga, what's beef, Beef is when a nigga like you can't sleep, Wake up with no appetite and now you can't eat, Now you can't speak. Cat got his tongue, he been missing all week, Perfect time to separate the strong from the weak, I won't never hesitate, won't never miss a beat, no. Stay calm and meditate, but know I gotta beat, Don't be alarmed, pistol in my palm, to pick apart you pussy niggas plotting all along, yeah. Like not today, Satan. In fact, me and God been having great conversations. A mile in the
Okay, so his first, what was his first one? The first one he did, was it "I'm Back"? Let me see. Let me check it out real quick. I know the hook is, I think it's called "I'm Back." Let me see. Y'all bear with me. Bear with me. All right, Joey Badass. Let's see. The first one. My God, the second one is gonna hit a million here in a little bit. The Ruler's Back. The Ruler's Back has 1.7 million views. Ooh. I don't think it was that much yesterday when I checked. I think it was under a million yesterday when I checked. So that means he's trending right now. Listen, the first one, The Ruler's Back, I was like, okay, I'll give this guy, no matter what everybody else is saying, I give him props because this is what New York rap is supposed to do. New York is supposed to be the mecca of rap. This is what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be doing what he did on The Ruler's Back. Maybe it didn't execute as flawless as people wanted it, but he did it. He did it. And you know what? Knowing is half the battle. Okay? So, I don't know what that means. Y'all know, I'm a G.I. Joe. I'm a 90s kid. So knowing is half the battle. Also, I love it when a plan comes together, okay? Shout out to the A-Team, man. Hannibal. Face. B.A. Baracus. Murdoch. And there was another dude, too. There was another dude. He used to guest appear. He used to come every now and then. I forget who that was. But I have to... Anyways, he's putting his hands up, praising God. He's mentioning God. He's talking about... Oh, boy. This is classic hip-hop, young kids. If you are 35 and younger, this is classic hip-hop.
Every day is new thoughts or new observations. No, I gotta move forth, ain't no time for wasting. No, I'm carrying the torch for my generation with no hesitation. Yeah, I'm 10 toes deep, you get cold feet. Nigga got the whole heat, that's what the streets told me.
This is a shot at J. Cole, man. He said you get cold feet. Come on, man. Listen, let me back up a little bit, man, because people don't know how to analyze hip hop.
That's what the streets told me. Written manifesto of a young G, having premonitions, many men trying to smoke me. I'm 10 toes deep, you get cold feet. Nigga got the whole heat, that's what the streets told me. Written manifesto of a young G, having premonitions, many men trying to smoke me. Straight like that, yeah. Sweet gospel music, 2025 music.
2025 music is classic hip hop. My guy. My guy.
Damn, conductor, where'd you find this?
I like my own. Anyways, wow. All right, let's get back to the regular scheduled program. Y'all know what we do about this time. Let's get into it. I hadn't even opened it up yet, y'all. It's time to do the bajillion thing. If you guys are new here, I gotta excuse my computer. My computer is elderly. You know, it's aged. But anyways, let's go. Back at home, Mrs. Wallace, Sonia, and Lily were all in the garage getting things prepared. Turn it down a little bit. Back at home, Mrs. Wallace, Sonia, and Lily were all in the garage getting things prepared for Suge's big night. So far, 5 people had shown up. People from the neighborhood who'd heard about the get-together and decided that free food was a lot better than having to cook for themselves. Lively balloons animated by an oscillating fan. Lively balloons animated by an oscillating fan and ribbons were strung up. In various locations of the garage, as well as the front of the home. Staked in the front yard were the words "Happy 80th Birthday, Suge" in bold letters. At a modest volume, old school R&B was heard playing from colorful, flashing Bluetooth speakers. Man. Okay, y'all, I'm feeling. I don't even want to get into it, man. I just reviewed that Joey Badass song. Sorry Not Sorry, and I'm just feeling pretty good about the state of hip hop right now. As long as nobody gets hurt, y'all. As long as nobody gets hurt, because what he did, Joey Badass, what he did is basically he walked in the room and he pulled back his jacket and he showed the handle of a Desert Eagle that he has in his waistline. I say that again. Basically, he walked into a crowded room. The air is thick with some of the most potent weed. You can smell the alcohol. The music's blaring. You got women dressed scantily clad. You got jewelry dripping from necks, wrists, earlobes, teeth. This is the scene. You got people from the West Coast over here, people from the East Coast over here, down South is right over here, Midwest is over here in this section. You know, you got Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina, Albuquerque, New Mexico up in there. Washington State is up in there. DC's up in there. Connecticut is up in there. You know, you got people from London up in this room. London. You got Africans in this room. Joey Badass walked in this room and did one of these numbers right here. If y'all looking at the picture on the screen, he got his jacket on. He got his nice, you know, whatever animal skin with the fur, and you know he's doing one of these numbers. He's pulling open the jacket, and he's not pulling it way open like Superman. He pulled it open a little bit, and you can see the hammer sitting right there on a Desert Eagle, and you know it's loaded. So now, what people in the room are looking at him like, well, okay, this guy here, he's a little bit crazy. He's a little bit crazy, and all of this is just my imagination. This is all fiction. What I'm saying right now, this is a figure of speech, I guess. You know, this is not anything. I'm not trying to promote violence or anything like this. This is actually I'm using this as one big metaphor for what Joey Badass is doing in hip hop right now. I'll get back to the story here in a second, y'all. But this is what Joey Badass is doing right now. Okay. So all these other people in the room, you know, with the women, some of them are women. A lot of them these days are women who may feel threatened by this action. You see what I'm saying? Because the women are running hip hop right now. Still, I won't say running hip hop, but they are making we can hear them in this loud room. We can hear them. We can hear their voices because some of them have unique voices, like Glorilla, you know. But anyways, Joey Badass, he showed the hammer, and he got people with him too. He showed the hammer, and West Coast is like, well, I got this thing in the down south. It like, well, you know, we got things too. Midwest, we got things too, and right now, the hammer or the stick or whatever you want to call it, the ratchet, whatever you want to, the biscuit, whatever you want to call it, is your skill set, your level of rap. How well can you get busy on the microphone? That's what I'm talking about right now. Anyways, let me get back to the story. That's what Joey Badass is doing right now. And I salute him for that. And J. Cole, if you're listening, you gotta get innovative, my guy. You gotta do something. I don't know if you can, but anyways, let's get back to the story. People from the neighborhood who'd heard about the get together and decided that free food was a lot better than having to cook for themselves. All right, let me read that over one more time. People from the neighborhood who'd heard about the get together and decided, okay, so that's a run-on sentence, y'all. That is a run-on sentence. Why nobody say anything about that? Back at home, Mrs. Wallace, Sonia, and Lily were all in the garage getting things prepared for Suge's big night. So far, 5 people had shown up. All right. So I need that. That's a... All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah. So far, 5 people had shown up. People from the neighborhood who'd heard about the get together and decided that free food was a lot better than having to cook for themselves. Lively balloons animated by an oscillating fan and ribbons were strung up in various locations of the garage, as well as the front of the home. Staked in the front yard were the words, "Happy 80th Birthday, Suge," in bold letters. At the modest volume, old school R&B was heard playing from colorful, flashing Bluetooth speakers. Though the speakers were capable of blaring bass throughout the neighborhood, Edna decided not to blast them out of worry that some of the neighbors would complain. Despite the facts, tunes like "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan and "It Takes Two to Make a..." "It Takes Two" by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock were priming the scene for good vibes to come. The aroma of the food, on the other hand, was permeating a mile away. Wait a minute. Why do I say "on the other hand"? The aroma of the food, on the other hand. Oh, okay, I know why. Because I know why I say that. I say that because the sentence before that, it goes like this. Despite the fact tunes like "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan and "It Takes Two" by Rob Bass were priming the scene for good vibes. Oh, so it goes back even further. Though the speakers were capable of blaring bass throughout the neighborhood, Edna decided not to blast them out of worry that some of the neighbors would complain. That's why. Despite the fact, tunes like "This Is How We Do It" by Montel Jordan and "It Takes Two" by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock were priming the scene for good vibes to come. The aroma of the food, on the other hand, was permeating a mile away. There was no way to turn down the smell, but if there were, Edna would have eagerly turned up the volume and perhaps used an industrial-sized fan to blow the smell in the directions of all those who thought they were too good to be a part of the afternoon's festivities. It was Suge's birthday, and for those who knew the man and had any good sense, knew that being there that night would have been the perfect way to pay homage to the gardening legend. Excuse me. The party had been the gardening legend. I want to put a little more emphasis on this. Siri, who said "let food be thy medicine"? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. I love my iPhone, but sometimes my iPhone just, Siri is come on, man. Siri, you gotta do better. You gotta wake up, bro. Let food be that medicine. I'm about to put the glasses on here in a little bit. Okay. That was Hippocrates. That's who said that. Alright. Let food be thy medicine is a phrase that emphasizes the importance of nutrition for health and wellness. It is often attributed to Hippocrates, the ancient Greek physician, but it is likely a misquotation. Oh, it could be a misquotation. Oh, okay. I wonder why. Let food be thy medicine, let medicine be thy food. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a note here. Maybe Suge says, let food be thy medicine. A quote by Hippocrates. How do you spell Hippocrates again? A quote by Hippocrates. Okay, so we'll leave that there for now. Yeah, you guys know I'm trying to wrangle this thing in a little bit. The party had been the Wallace's way of paying tribute. It was the least they could do. There were so many people who knew the hero behind the humble face. I'm saying Suge has a humble face now, but yeah. I'm saying that Suge has a humble face here, but I spoke about the little boy Jacob being too reserved earlier. Maybe, I don't even know, 4 or 5 videos back. I said he was too reserved, or I don't want to make him too reserved. The same goes for Suge. I had him crack a joke on the Hispanic friend of Hank earlier, but I kind of want to progress Suge to almost asshole status, but not really. You know how you got the asshole who you love? You know what I mean? There's that asshole in the family, or a friend of the family, or maybe a neighbor, or somebody at work, coworker, or whatever, that you just hate to love. You know what I mean? Because you love him, because you know deep down he or she is a really good person and they'll do anything for you, but at the same time, they don't have the right etiquette. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have the best communication skills. They just they seem selfish sometimes, a little bit narcissistic sometimes. They could be, but deep down that if you needed something and they had it, there wouldn't be no question about it. They would give it to you. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of wanted to elevate Suge's character too. But if I say humble face doesn't mean he's humble though. You know what I mean? You could say that Prince had a humble face. That's maybe not the best example. I'm trying to think of somebody what is a humble face, first of all? And normally humble faces mean that the person is humble, so I don't, behind the, right, there were so many people who knew the hero. And the reason I put humble face is because the H, hero, behind the humble. Or maybe I could be saying because he did go to war. He was in Vietnam, and maybe he was a hero. Maybe I'm referring to that, right? Am I referring to maybe a situation that occurred during his time spent in Vietnam? Am I referring to? Okay, maybe we'll leave it there for now, y'all. We'll leave it there for now. All right, turning 80 years. Okay, all right. The beekeeper, the gardener, the soil scientist, the healer, and the actual war hero. And the actual war hero. Okay. There were so many people who knew the hero behind the humble face, the beekeeper, the gardener, the soil scientist, the healer, and the actual war hero. Okay. That leaves another question. You know what I mean? There may be some backstory on that. Maybe a flashback. And if it is a flashback, I would like to keep that very short and simple. But maybe, you know how the atom bomb was dropped on Japan? That little bomb did a lot of damage. And I don't mean to bring that up in this context, but sometimes the smallest things in life can have the most impact. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, back in the day, they used to put lead in pencils, like actual lead in pencils. And I don't know where this pencil came from, y'all. The pencil showed up before. In my mind, as I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to think of something to compare what I'm trying to say. I said atom bomb. I started off with that, and then I was like, maybe I could use. In my mind, I'm like, maybe I could use a pencil to demonstrate something. And then I just looked over. It's a pencil sitting right here. I don't know where this pencil came from. I can prove that I don't know where this pencil came from because you remember back in the day when we didn't have pencil sharpeners and we was trying to do our homework, we had to use a knife to sharpen the pencil. Look at the tip of that. This is not sharpened in any kind of normal way, so I don't know where this pencil came from. Just showed up just now. It wasn't there yesterday, y'all. Anyways, back in the day, pencils were made. The lead was actually lead. Nowadays, it's not really lead, but I'll just say this: a lead pencil. If you were to stab somebody with a lead pencil and it got in their bloodstream, that could do a lot of damage. This little pencil. So that's one. That's weird. Anyways, little things can do a lot of damage, or little things can do a lot of good. So what I want to do in mentioning the story, which I'm gonna add that here. I want that flashback to have. I want that flashback to evoke emotion, tears. That's what I'm really going for right there. I'm talking a tear jerking. I want it to come out of nowhere and just hit the reader out of nowhere, like just reading all of a sudden back in war. Suge is laughing, joking, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. This is Vietnam. Maybe talk about him taking the shotgun. Remember, I said this early in the story about he was talking about a time when they actually used an actual shotgun to smoke marijuana. Maybe they're having one of those sessions. They just came back from the field. Nobody got hurt. They're doing, smoking weed, getting high, whatever, opium, whatever they're doing, because they used to do it all back in Vietnam. And all hell breaks loose. And all of a sudden, the reader, I just took him way up as far as the vibe goes. And, have you ever been on a swing set and you swinging and swinging and swinging and you let go and you in the air and you don't know how you're going to come down? You know what I mean? I want to put them up there and then I want to crash them real hard. I want to fuck them up for at least a day, just from maybe a paragraph or maybe a page, this flashback. And I think this is really going to go into who Suge is as a person and what he's willing to do. You know what I mean? Okay, let's move on. Turning 80 years old was a very important milestone for Mr. John White, aka Suge, and the people of Green Pond. On fold-out tables, okay, sorry, we're gonna drop this down a little bit. On fold-out tables that stood against the garage wall were silver chafers with burners underneath, allowing steam to keep everything warm. The display of food looked nothing less than a feast fit for a king. There were dishes of all sorts, neatly placed in platters. Next to the garage door, on a separate fold-out table, was a bowl of Edna's lemonade. Earlier in the day, I know this is kind of dry right now, but y'all, bear with me. Earlier in the day, and somehow while preparing the lovely spread, Edna and Sonia had done an immaculate cleaning on the area. There wasn't a speck of dust or a cobweb anywhere to be found. On the hot table, hidden underneath. Okay. Maybe I may have to italicize hot. Put a little emphasis on that. On the hot table, hidden underneath the covers of the silver chafers, out of sight, certainly not for early consumption according to Edna, were dishes of creamy macaroni casserole, barbecue ribs, fried chicken, collard greens, oxtail, dirty rice, yellow rice, corn on the cob, smothered turkey wings, and cornbread. With as many as 50 people expected to show, some bringing more food, there would be several plates to take back home after the festivities, in platters that didn't require heat, and on a separate table, was potato salad, deviled eggs, and apple pie. Is apple pie one word? Probably not. Nope. Lemon meringue pie, crab salad, Caesar salad, and Suge's birthday cake. Covered. Okay. I'm gonna have to revisit this whole section tomorrow, y'all. Though the sun was now setting on the horizon outside the garage, away from the music, the sound of ruffling leaves could be heard as a cool October breeze was coming in. Sonia, alright, let's drop this down, I guess. Sonia, bring back some cornmeal. I believe I see your brother and daddy walking up with the fish. Okay. Some ways down the freshly scraped dirt road, a road that appeared darker in its red hue now that it had been turned. Yeah. Edna made out materializing images of her husband and son carrying the fishing rods and buckets. Watching her boy struggle with the heavy bucket, she shook her head with concern. "You want to rest?" asked Henry, knowing good and well the boy wouldn't dare stop to take a breath this close to home. "Go ahead and stop," a voice came from within. "Nobody's looking. Just put it down for a few seconds and stop." Alright, so alrighty. Make this black because I'm still trucking. "Son, did you hear me? You can stop whenever you feel like it." With those words, his right arm began feeling like it was being pulled from its socket. The boy started questioning his own strength. Surely he could do this. They'd stopped 3 times already. The time to rest was then, not now. He heard his father, but feared opening his mouth to lie. Truth be told, he was in pain, extreme pain, but the wrong words could stop him in his tracks. As he continued on, ignoring the pain, the way an injured athlete, y'all gotta excuse me, man. I'm still asleep, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to get to a certain point, and I'll get there. It's gonna be I gotta make it there. So he heard his father, but feared opening his mouth to lie. The truth be told, he was in pain, extreme pain, but the wrong words could stop him in his tracks. As he continued on, ignoring the pain, the way an injured athlete would when the championship game was on the line, it seemed the closer they got, the heavier the bucket grew. Finally, he managed to swing the container in front of him to his left hand, but not without splashing pond water all over his shoes. "Just put it down. You don't have nothing to prove. Besides, nobody's looking," said the voice. "Jake," his father called. "Huh?" the boy answered. "Did you hear a word I said?" "Oh, I'm fine. I can make it," Jacob replied. "You sure?" asked his father. "Yeah, I'm stronger than you think," he said as the burn in his right arm traveled back to his shoulder, across his chest to his left. Okay. Alright, so right here. This is where I gotta... Alright, not right here. Back it up. "I see we have a crowd already," said Henry as they approached the garage. His eyes were fixated on a man he hadn't seen in over 2 years. "Yeah," said Jacob, he too glaring at the familiar face. Relieved that he would soon be putting down the heavy bucket. "Hey, is that... Looks like it is," said Henry. Father and son were surprised to see seated on the wooden picnic table that had been placed in the middle of the garage, Lily and her father, Frederick Sr., entering the space with a long sigh of relief. All right. at the last second. Henry decided to take a hard left. I'm seeing it in my mind right now. All right, so this is where we're going to end it right here. Not end it, but this is where we're going to stop for today. It's been 43 minutes. We're going to make this red. As you can see, this is something I've been thinking about for a while, is how I'm going to add to the story. So this is just going to be a scene right now where they're going to Miss Louise's place to give her some fish, some red breast. And Mrs. Louise is Suge's mom. Miss Louise is Suge's mom, and so they made a detour. I think that's what it. They're not going straight to the garage. They're gonna go visit her, give her some fish, and now this is gonna be another introduction to an introduction I already made later on in the story to Miss Louise, and we'll see how that goes. She's funny. So we stopped here today. Let me go back to the green because we're gonna bring it all the way back down to there, to that point tomorrow, and leave it there. Thank you guys for stopping by. You guys, girls, gals, whoever, appreciate it. This is Anthony L. Kelly. Till next time, man. Hit that like, leave a comment. I'm out.